Live and direct.
Come one, come all.
Should I make it bigger?
No. Come one, come all. We are here live again. We had just recorded a pod, but something big has happened in our NBA world again.
Fox only makes $34 million. Holy crap.
So as everyone might have heard, or maybe you're new to this news, De'Aaron Fox was traded finally. Zach LaVine was part of the deal.
Who would have guessed?
And the Bulls as the third team, along with the Spurs and Kings because of that. Can you pull up the full trade for Mr. Shams?
We got Fox and Jordan McLaughlin.
To the Spurs.
Kings get LaVine, City, Sissoko. Is he the one that played with Wemby?
Yeah. And a bunch of picks, 3 each of the first and second rounds. A mix of teams where they got them from. Even their 28 second round pick back. Interesting.
2025 Charlotte. That's a really good pick.
Interesting. I see why they did it.
2031 Minnesota. That could be a really good pick if Edwards leaves.
We don't know what's going to happen. Don't say too much.
Bulls. Zach Collins. Bunch of salary cap fillers. They get their own pick back.
Wow.
So it's Tankathon is on.
So the Bulls
Tankathon.
the Bulls have finally decided their direction. And DeRozan and LaVine are back together. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't show them that we're live.
We're live, guys, if you didn't know.
All right, so we saw the full trade. As you guys might have heard on our podcast, I correctly stated that De'Aaron Fox was a big name that's going to be moved. Did I expect tonight? No. I was thinking more Monday or Tuesday.
I knew something was happening today. I knew it. I didn't think it'd be Fox.
I said he was the next big name to go. I told you that, and you were remiss about him. I don't know why. I also thought it was going to be the Raptors, though. Boy, was I was not anticipating LaVine being part of it.
I didn't realize that Fox was actually cheaper than I thought. I thought he would be around 40, 50 million. But you see here, Zach Collins, 17 million. That makes up over, I guess, half of his contract. They keep Castle, who they project to be really good in the future.
Is he going to play the 2 now? They have Paul and Fox.
He will probably either come off the bench or... One of these two has to come off the bench, either Chris Paul or Castle.
I don't see a lineup with Fox and Paul together starting. No. It's going to be Fox and Castle.
So Paul has to come off the bench.
Yeah, like he should be. So that's why I'm saying Castle's going to play the 2. He already was, essentially, with Paul. So he's really a 2 if you think about it.
That's crazy.
What a trade. What a trade. The next stone has been cast.
I really like this team now.
The Spurs have a legitimate chance to sneak in the playoffs.
As I said before.
Well, no, that was regarding the current rosters.
I am a projection genius.
You didn't think Fox was going to the Spurs beginning of the year?
No, but I said they're going to make the playoffs.
Well, it's safe to say that Greg Popovich continues to build winning teams together.
Man, you can't say Popovich. He's dealing with some kind of sickness still. He's not really involved.
You don't think he has any say?
No. He's not.
On his team.
I don't think he's really focused on basketball besides maybe watching them and enjoying them winning. Especially this trade.
He's the president of operations, though.
Especially this trade.
Yeah, he's the president of operations, though.
This is the most fleece job the Spurs have ever done.
Oh, speaking of...
Like, who did they give up? There's really nothing.
Yeah, they gave up something, but what I wanted to say was, earlier on the pod, I had come up with a saying, take a look at my fleece. I was going to say that for JJ Redick. because he wears a black fleece a lot on the sideline. Take a look at my fleece. Now, the Spurs could now say, take a look at my fleece as Popovich smiles from wherever he's at.
You got to give all the credit to the Spurs management team. Credit to Fox for wanting to play with Wemby and realizing that's a perfect pairing. You got speed along with size and skill.
De'Aaron Fox finally has a legitimate shot blocker behind him.
Should we even talk about the Kings?
So the Kings gain more shooting, like you said they needed in spacing. So I project that it's going to be...
They're pretty much Bulls 2.0 of last year.
Yeah, but you still got Malik Monk, you got Levine, you got DeRozan, you got Murray, and Sabonis.
Nah, that team isn't it.
I'm not saying that
they have a bunch of bad contracts.
But their offense fits better now that you were saying the spacing thing.
They wanted Castle. They did not get Castle. They lost.
I'm not talking about... I'm just saying their offense got better with Levine.
Shall we go to...
The Bulls. Let's go to the Bulls part of it. We didn't talk about that.
The Bulls get a bunch of, I'm guessing, expiring deals.
So we said their tankathon is on. They got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and who else?
Someone from the Herder.
Kevin Herter. That was the other.
What am I doing?
Bulls. Central. Forget your...
So, I'll just restate it that they got their first back because that can't be said enough.
Is it this year's?
Yeah, it makes it extremely obvious. Why isn't it not loading? It's extremely obvious that the Bulls are going to tank mode, finally.
They've decided what they're doing this year.
They still have Lonzo.
Yeah. Okay.
We're in lag mode, just like the Bulls.
Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Yes, we're still red. So hopefully you're still hearing us project.
So... Wait, did it load? What just happened?
You clicked something else before it.
Anyway, well, that's taken forever.
We know the trade already, so... basically...
3 firsts to the Kings.
If we're looking at the Bulls' haul there, I mean, the fact that they're only giving up Levine, that's a pretty good haul for him.
For Levine?
Think about it. 3 players in a first rounder. High first round.
It's only...
High first round.
It's only...
We're not talking late. We're talking about a guy who hasn't really done much for them.
It's only a good trade if they use one of these pieces to flip them into more picks.
Not necessarily. They get some more guys to build up their tank with. They get a high pick. This is the Cooper Flag draft. This is the Cooper Flag draft. I can't say that enough with getting their own pick.
That means this 2025 Charlotte pick is this year.
Yes. The
Is
Kings
that right?
also get a chance at the Cooper Flag draft.
You're forgetting Ace Bailey.
The Cooper Flag draft.
Why is Jeremy Sohan trending?
Uh-oh.
Is he getting traded?
Click the Twitter thing. That thing's not working. Sport Tracks.
What if this doesn't work?
Oh, he's no longer trending. Was that because he's not going to start anymore?
The Kings also get an early second this year from the Bulls.
Interesting. So you could kind of see how all 3 teams played with each other in a way. No diddy.
This guy always wants to be canceled.
We have a new president.
I'm looking if there's any update on the news.
Oh, the Grammys are on too right now. Speaking on hip hop news, Kendrick was named as the most.
D'Angelo Ball.
Kendrick Lamar was named as the most nominated for Grammys. No surprise. He did like 6 diss tracks plus a whole album this year. Can't really beat that. On the hip hop side, but Grammys is for all music. I'm pretty sure there's going to be female pop singers that win a lot. Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae.
The Heat are really running out of options.
Back to the NBA, I guess.
The Heat are really running out of options for Butler now because you just saw 2 massive trades.
I don't think any of those teams were involved ever with Butler, though.
It's working.
All right, we pulled up the Bulls.
Look at all these expirings. Well, next year, I guess.
They have created a very good potential here to make some moves.
So Lonzo's expiring, Trey Jones, Giddey RFA.
Who knows if they want him back?
Duarte, I didn't even know they had him, honestly.
Yeah. It was a trade that happened.
Horton Tucker, Zach Collins.
Where's Collins at? Yeah, he's a free agent too. Wow.
No. Where's his contract this year? This is next year.
Confused.
2025.
Yeah, I'm confused now. He obviously has a contract now. I don't understand. The one thing I gotta say about the Bulls is Patrick Williams is not the player they thought he was. Look at that money he makes.
I mean, it's not a completely awful contract, but it's not
good. But he's also not who they... You know what spot they picked him at?
Like top 5?
4th. He is not the player they thought he was.
This team looks like a bunch of, like...
misfits.
Scrap metal put in...
Yeah, they're misfits all together. So that's a sign of a tanking team, in other words.
Did I go to the Kings?
We could go... I don't think we did full in depth. So yeah, that's the Bulls. They're obviously in tank mode now. I mean, it only makes sense at their point. The surprising part is Levine and DeRozan are back together after only a few months.
So, who's the Kings?
No! Sorry, we're watching the Bucks and Grizzlies, and my guy JJJ just got hurt. It looks bad.
I think it's just a...
He might have broke something.
Knocked his tooth out, maybe. But who is the Kings starting point guard now?
You could say Levine or Monk. Both could handle.
I don't...
Levine came up as a point guard, shooting guard. Out of UCLA. Not many realize his handle. I would also say that Malik Monk has a supreme handle as well.
He's a score-first player. You don't want him with the ball.
Yeah, but it's also the Kings, mind you. Sabonis does a lot of playmaking. If you're saying who's playing the 1, I'm answering. One of those two. You have to think about team dynamics.
Is this the start of Monk requesting out because his buddy left?
No.
Are you sure about that? Because I think it is.
Requesting out from Malik Monk? Are you out of your mind?
Dang.
So this team looks really different now. Obviously, Sabonis and DeRozan are still there.
Levine isn't yet on this roster. That's why it looks so thin.
Levine is coming over. I don't know why they didn't add the Bulls portions. Wow. This team's got suddenly a lot of shooting after you diss them so hard. Early season.
You should ask Leon about Keon.
Not too much. Not too much. Really interesting.
Does Keon Ellis start at point guard?
No, I told you what's happening.
I just don't see.
How is a $2 million player playing over Monk when he already starts over him?
For defense.
We're talking about the Kings. We ain't talking Grizzlies. We talking Kings. Offense first team. Doug Christie. Doug Christie in his first month has dealt with so much. And now he has a huge trade to deal with.
Should we go to the standings?
Yeah. I mean, both the Kings and the Spurs have a chance to make the playoffs. As you see, one's 10th, one's 12th. Not too far apart. Both could make the play-in, essentially.
That's crazy. Even the Trailblazers somewhat in it.
I have a feeling that a team like the Mavericks may drop.
You're crazy.
Don't call me crazy, but the fact that they did this trade for Anthony Davis, do not be quick to call them contenders.
I think the Lakers are going to drop.
Not too much.
They don't have any defense at all now.
Do not talk about the JJs yet. I'm only playing, but do not talk about that yet until it happens. We don't want to predict falsely on this channel, but we could safely say that the Jazz are terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's not changing.
We could safely
Who did
say
they trade? I want to know.
that nothing. They had cap space probably. So the other thing is that the Pelicans are pretty much a big disappointment once again.
I mean, another player down.
Trey Murphy's balling out.
Yeah, but
They're a bad team.
they always get hurt. I don't know how it's possible.
It's a cursed team. Trailblazers are kind of like stuck in no man's land too.
I mean, they still have pieces to, like, if they draft well, they could contend pretty soon.
Yeah, it's the West though. So it's also safe to say that the Thunder and Rockets are pretty good. The Grizzlies are up there. Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers, Wolves, Suns. I don't know about the Suns long term. We got to see what happens on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't really see the Lakers making the playoffs.
Are you wild? They're in the 5th spot right now.
Do you realize how
You think they're going to drop 6 spots down the standings after getting Luka when he's coming back?
You realize how bad the Mavericks were until they got defense for Luka?
Rui Hachimura.
He's not a defender.
DFS.
He's not a good defender.
He is DFS is a great defender.
Yeah, but his team doesn't help his skill set. He always has to guard the best guy, and he's not that kind of player.
I think the Lakers have more defense than you imagine.
They don't.
You're saying they have
They're going
none.
to see it.
You're saying they have none. It's just because of Luka.
No, it's because they lost their best defender by far.
Yeah.
No rim protection, very little perimeter defense.
Wait till Thursday. They are not done.
They might be.
They are not done.
Holy crap, Lillard is 1 for 12.
That was
Oh, wait, that was
October 31st. Not too much. Don't speak too much. All right, so that's the West. Check the East for us. Highly contested. All right, so, I mean, we got the 3 powerhouses, of course. Cavs, Celtics, Knicks up there.
This helps the Sixers' chances of making it.
I envision that the Knicks, Celtics, Cavs will stay up top 3. Pacers, Bucks, Heat, Pistons, Magic could be jumbled up. The spot that really concerns me is now that the Bulls are going to slide. The Sixers may jump back up. which I did not want to happen.
They're scared of Pinky P.
I ain't scared of him. I'm just saying the Bulls just got way worse. Sixers may slide into the play-in, but guess what? They're going to get crushed again. I mean, we all know that the Wizards are not going to have any chance. We know that the Hornets are pretty much trash. The Nets are Raptors, same boat. Again, barring any miracle trades for those teams, but I don't see them improving like that quick.
Hold this. I find it hard to believe that the Hornets don't have their own pick. Draft picks.
Well, they don't. We just saw it.
I know, but they have to have something. Oops.
2025.
Don't do this to me. Load.
Excuse our technology today.
They have the Knicks first.
Yep. But it's top 14 per... Oh. What am I saying? That's not happening. So they have all these top 14 protecteds.
So maybe they get the Spurs pick.
What are you talking about?
If the Spurs make the playoffs, then they'll be 15 and 30.
Wait a minute. Are we confused here?
Because Hornets pick is currently...
I think this is their own pick. I'm very confused. Why are we on this site? This is like
Site's
horrible.
terrible.
Go to a site that makes sense. Show us what they have. There we go. So they don't have their first. We knew that.
They only have 2 seconds.
Uh-oh. Charlotte's in trouble. And they only got LaMelo Ball signed for a wallow.
A what?
A wallow. Wallow. This is the Cooper Flag draft, and they don't have their own pick.
Terrible planning.
The Cooper Flag draft.
Wait, so the Spurs had their first?
Probably. They don't really trade much.
2025 Charlotte.
Wait, who got their pick just now? The Kings?
Yeah.
Wow. That is an attractive pick. That is a high lottery pick. That is very attractive to me. Good job by the Kings. They didn't really get fleeced when you think about it.
I want to know how the Spurs got it.
Well, think about Spurs and Hornets trades. One that comes to my mind is old, but the Tony Parker move. I doubt that's what it was. Did they have any other trades between each other?
I'm confused.
I'm curious. Spurs fans can kiss first round pick goodbye. Click that. That might say it on there. That's a Spurs site. They might know. Well, they ain't getting Cooper Flag. Sorry, Spurs fans. You got better. For now. But you're not getting Cooper Flag. Does it say it?
Is it protected?
Hornets lottery protected pick, unlikely to go to Spurs. It might be protected.
Greatest fear coming. Maybe the Hornets are saved after all. We'll see.
All right, so now I don't see that as much attraction. I didn't know it was protected. It probably should have said something. All right, so, I mean, looking back at it now, I'm pretty sure to say now that right now the Spurs have a heavy lead on the trade as far as winning.
Also, it looks like the Bulls are going to have to waive 2 players to complete the trade because they're bringing in too many players for their
Yeah, they only traded 1.
outgoing.
So, if we could get this to work now. Let's try to predict who is easy to cut. Oh, this is easy. You probably want to cut Julian Phillips for 1. Very cheap.
Duarte.
I don't know about that. Especially with this guy. Torrey Craig.
Duarte doesn't
They
even
could buy
play.
him out. Yeah, but look at him. Cheap. You're looking at buying him out. You take the cheap options. You're not going to take the 2-ways. That's not a full roster spot. Phillips.
Who is Matt Thomas? Why do they have a cap hold on Matt Thomas?
Oh. I remember him. Well, they apparently have a cap hold on him. Wonder why. This has been a very interesting start to the trade season. And here is Matt Thomas, folks. Played in 21.
Iowa State.
I wonder if they stretched and waived him. I do recall
Is this
him.
Mel Thomas?
No,
Mel
not too much.
Thomas.
Not too
You
much.
found
Not too much. I do remember Matt Thomas.
Are you sure it's not Mel?
Not too much. The other thing we didn't get to speak on the original episode today is there is news in the realms of Pat Bev, one of our favorite podcast hosts. He has been suspended this time by Hopel, Tel Aviv, for actions detrimental to the coach on social media after being benched in the second half of an important game. The coach had said the reason why he didn't get back in is because he is the coach.
So is why'd you put the mic so close? Is Pat Bev trying to be the coach?
Practically.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty on brand for Pat, honestly. Don't expect anything less.
Is this the start of his return to the NBA?
No, I don't think the NBA teams are gonna want him after that.
I don't know.
They think he's They probably think he's trying to be a superstar, and they don't want to deal with that drama for a guy that's into the bench.
Well, the facts are facts. Essentially, it seems like he's ready to give up on that kind of thing, in my opinion. But
Insider source. The Kings view Malik Monk as the primary ball handler moving forward.
point guard, in other words.
Who would have guessed?
I did. I said it would be either Monk or Levine. Obviously, I said both have great handles, so really, both of them handle. As far as who's playing the one, I think Monk's a little bit smaller.
I mean, yeah, positionless basketball. I'm just I don't understand this team still. Like they don't have good defenders besides Keegan Murray.
Not too much.
I don't understand.
No, they don't really focus on defense right now. They're focused on compiling talent.
So they're thinking.
Wait a minute, is that Spurs pick protected? That's an interesting thing.
Where?
27.
What does it matter? They're gonna be good.
So it's probably not protected.
No.
Probably is protected then.
What? I just said no.
It might be protected just in case they suck. It's really interesting that they traded a teammate close to Wemby. The Spurs.
I don't know. I feel like
Is this De'Aaron Fox's team?
I just don't understand how the Spurs don't give up someone like Vassell or Keldon or like Castle. They didn't give up any of their main pieces to make this happen. They gave up end of the bench guys.
Trey Jones is actually not an end of the
Third
bench.
string point guard. I guess second string center.
Mind you, Paul and Castle were starting,
They're both point guards.
so he was the second. Castle's playing the two.
Trey Jones didn't play he didn't play that often. Like 5-10 minutes max.
Yeah, but he still was the. I mean, that's like saying Cam Payne's a third string, but he's not. Plays the same amount of minutes.
We might have to have a discussion in the future about the Kings not being able to retain stars. You got Halliburton gone, Fox gone.
And all right, so in defense of the Kings, there, Halliburton at the time of the trade was not known as a star. He's not an all-star this year. He is a wannabe fake all-star, as Wally Zerviak had once pointed out. You saw the one-time all-star, so now he is a wannabe again. You can't really say that because Sabonis is still there. You also can't say that because back in their heyday, the Kings were able to keep Chris Webber quite some time. Mike Bibby.
I forget what I was going to add to that.
If you're saying this iteration of them, though. This is really weird because they were saying they only got rid of Halliburton because they are using their franchise focus point guard on Fox, only to trade him like 3 years later.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of what I wanted to add to that.
So my question to you as a Fox fan that you are, does this mean that Fox let the Kings down? Was it a failure? Because they did nothing.
I think Fox knew the situation. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. How do you have a team in California and you can't retain players? But to your point,
Answer the question.
Fox, he's not at fault for this. He saw the direction the Kings were going in after they got DeRozan and ruined their team.
So it was a failure.
The Kings have failed yet again.
So the Fox point guard experiment was a failure.
No, the Kings failed to build around Fox.
They gave him players.
That don't fit.
That
don't fit.
Okay.
Keegan Murray fits. Sabonis, maybe, if you have good shooting around them, but
Malik Monk.
you got to have all good shooters. You can't have people like DeRozan only shooting mid-ranges and passing up open threes. Sabonis passes up open threes.
Sabonis is top 2 in 3-point efficiency. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Because he does not shoot them unless he's wide open.
Check yourself
And
before you.
even
You
still-
said he turns down open threes.
He
You said he
does.
turns down. Back to the argument. You
Turns
said he
down
doesn't shoot
open
threes.
but wide open threes he takes.
Sabonis is a 3-point threat.
You're crazy. He doesn't shoot high volume.
He
Check
could
the
shoot
numbers. He could shoot, but he does not shoot high volume, which ruins
because
his
he's busy
spacing.
passing.
Okay, that's why Fox didn't fit. He is a drive and kick guy. You can't drive and kick when Sabonis is in the paint. DeRozan's in the paint. But that's over with. We're done with that experiment, thank God. The Kings could look tiny bit better, although I won't watch them anymore. I will be watching the Spurs.
Are you going to use the jersey guarantee to get the Spurs version of Fox?
No, I'm keeping this one.
Why?
Because it is the start of the fandom for Fox.
That makes no sense.
As you see, JJJ is back in the game.
So it looked like he had just like tooth knocked out.
Yep, he's hitting threes like usual.
Let me check what that ding 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 was. Alright, so it's just Shams coming on ESPN. Yeah, essentially we talked more about like the other stuff with the other trade and the other potentials. So now I have to go ahead since the other prediction has come true. Jimmy Fox is the next. Did I just say Jimmy? Whoa. Jimmy Butler is the next stepping stone on the trade block. Jimmy Fox was a player in MLB history for the Athletics. Oh my, I mixed the two names together. No, don't judge me. No, not too much. Not too much.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Butler is the next spot to be moved. To where is where we will find out.
Should I say my mind you of the week, my version?
Yeah, go for it. It's all yours.
Alright, so I thought about this for the past couple weeks, and also my dad mentioned the same thing that I was thinking, so I figured I would say it on the pod. Well, I guess this is kind of a pod. When I think about dynasties and key pieces of a dynasty, like you think about smaller pieces that add up, like Draymond Green on the Warriors. He's not really a flashy player, but he's kind of like the glue guy, you could say, that holds everything together. And I wanted to say this because I want to be one of the first people to say it on live. It's kind of hard to say with this guy next to me. I want to say that Josh Hart to the Knicks is better than Draymond was to the Warriors.
Yeah! Yes! Finally! We get our kudos. I agree. Full-heartedly. So we call him a better shooting version of Draymond Green in a way.
I just think he like the numbers show it, like he does more on the court, and like he still has his antics that not as bad as Draymond, but he's more of a
I think he's got 8 technicals already this
he's
season.
more of a political Draymond, which is good for him. Are you saying Draymond is 8 or Josh
No,
Hart?
Josh Hart does. He often curses at refs. That's how he gets them. It's not like he's punching people and kicking them.
But yeah, that's my my take of the week. Should I say my dimer of the week is Fox?
Not too much.
Diming his way to the Spurs.
So the dime of the week really should go to Shams Cremania.
Cremania? Sharania?
I always thought it was Cremania. It sounds
There's
better.
no M in there.
I thought it sounds better that way.
And there's an A before the R.
Sharania. Shams.
Jimmy Fox and Shams Karamia.
Not too much. It sounds better, but he should get it because he has been alerting people of huge trades. And this is his first full season as the main guy.
I mean, you were on record saying you're doubting him and saying...
No, I said I don't like Scoops guys.
You said he's not that good.
I don't know what you mean.
Didn't you say someone else was going to take over? Anyway.
No comment. Yeah, so today has been a really interesting day because technically I think the Lakers trade went through this morning, technically, Eastern time. It was past midnight. It's been a very good start to the trade season.
More to come.
More to come, people. And like we said, you may see us do another live come Well, we probably should do another live Thursday, being that I'm bound to think that there's going to be more trades. And obviously, we will have better...
There might be more trades tonight.
There's better clarity on Thursday of teams' positions.
Anyway, that's pretty much all we wanted to get into.
Yep, we talked the big trade, what's to come. We talked about the Pat Bev. We did your new Mind You.
We released a video about the... I'm already forgetting about it. It just happened. The Doncic for AD trade.
How do you forget that? I mean, that's the opening trade, really. So we
Check
did our
out the video.
Like, share, subscribe. Also, we're going to put up another video shortly regarding some video regarding a game or two.
What?
Games.
What about the game?
Sporkling.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
must not forget. And also us to do more shorts. Like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, like, share, like, share, like, share, comment, subscribe to the pod, to the pod, to the pod.